Hello, everybody. Oh, don't mind me. Hang on. Oh, everything's fine. There we go. Hello, everybody. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time it is for you, where you are. I'm pointing very aggressively today. Hello, happy Wednesday. I'm back. I'm Hazel. I am going to be toasty warm, even though it's a little chilly outside, because I've got like an electric heating pad and a pot of peppermint tea. And for the first time since I've moved back here, I have a tea cozy. I bought myself a tea cozy while I was on my days off. So now I know my pot of tea will be nice and hot because it's being protected by some duckies. I've got some happy ducks that are very, very warm on the inside. So I'm all set. How are you doing? Oh, that is hot. I figure it's like an herbal tea. It can't be too hot. And if it's danger, then I'll just let it cool down over there. You know, what's the worst thing that can happen? Never ask the what's the worst thing that can happen. Hi guys, good afternoon. Operations and safety of this battery. It's because it's a dummy battery. It's not like an official battery, but if it was an official battery, I would have to change it every like hour and a half, if not more often than that. So this is how we live our lives. What's a tea cozy? Yeah, it's basically a sweater for your teapot to help insulate it to keep it hot longer. It doesn't really matter if you make your tea in your teapot and then you pour it and then drink it and that's like the end of it. But if you're pouring lots of smaller cups of tea from the pot over like an hour and you want it to still be hot for a while, then yeah, put a sweater on that thing. You can also like knit and crochet them. There's lots of beautiful handmade ones, but I was shopping and I saw the happy ducks and the happy ducks spoke to me. So happy ducks it is. Do I have any squirrel tea cozies? I just have the one. I just got the happy ducks. I don't actually have, you know what? I go almost out of my way to not have squirrel things in the rest of my house so that the squirrels don't take over my life. Because I know I have them around like the stream stuff and around like the content. And I think squirrels are very cute. I like them when I see them outside. But I don't want that to be like my only thing forming my home decor. I have a lot of like herons and whales and wolves and bears, you know, lots of northern animals in the rest of my decor. I do love a good animal. What am I doing? So today on stream, here's my hunter. She's very cute. I have lots of stuff I can do on her. I have plenty of gearing I can do. It's a fresh week. I haven't done any of like her frank assault or her researches over under. Researches over easy. Haven't done that yet. But I have a little bit of time before researchers, so I think I might actually pop onto my evoker for just a hot minute here and go snoop around the Scara vaults just to see if maybe my book is up. I didn't check that yesterday. Me with raccoons. We need fish cozies for fish shirt days. Raccoons don't exist here naturally, so I'm fascinated by them. Oh, I see him. I see him in the flesh every now and then. Actually, speaking of animals that you see outside in the flesh, I saw a big rat yesterday. It wasn't like, you know, near me or my home. I was just outside walking and I saw a big rat cross the road and then walk down the sidewalk and down someone's driveway. And it was like, I was surprised. I don't see rats very often. They're usually quite furtive, you know. You don't usually come across them personally. But it was very big. It was smaller than a cat, but it wasn't that much smaller than a cat. It was somewhere between big squirrel and small cat in size. And I thought, wow, it's kind of cute when it's, you know, I understand that rats aren't generally something that we want in our neighborhoods, but I'll, you know, sue me they're cute. I'm not going to feed them or anything, but I can think they're a little bit cute out there. Let's repost some stuff, eh? How about a puppy cozy? I only need one. It's happy ducks. You should have, I mean, don't get me wrong. I like puppies. I like kitties. I like all of them. You can't make me choose. Although if I had to choose, cats definitely have a head up because I have a living mascot in my home that won't let me forget how nice they are. Am I reposting stuff? Also, don't mind my bags. I've made some choices and I am satisfied with my choices, but my choices are involving my bags carrying some things because it's possible that maybe the Draconic Vial price dipped a bit and it's possible that maybe I restocked because I was almost out of the ones that I bought before. So I may have restocked, and I restocked in a greater quantity than I had done so last time. So that's why we're just trying to sell some potions. We're just, you know, make stuff, sell some stuff, and make some stuff and sell some stuff. I only have 70,000 of these in my bags. I may have more in my bank. We do want rats. Keep other destructive critters at bay. Pack rats living near our house. They're definitely cute. You were almost out of the 100. It was 170k that I bought, and I made basically everything with them. But then I purchased another 250, 260. I don't know. I bought a lot of them. Because we make lots of stuff. We make lots of stuff, and we sell lots of stuff, and we make some stuff, and it makes me happy. Hi, kitty cat. You want to come hang out? Yeah, I've been making gold. I'm not sitting on a lot of it right now because I reinvested in files, but I resurfaced at like 4.5 mil, so I am making progress towards my 5 mil. I think that I'm doing good. It's just tough to tell exactly where I am. Let's go to the Forbidden Reach and let's go poke around the vaults. That seems like a good thing to do. For Great Vault, I did not save them for stream. I had no patience. Plus, I was doing keys last night, so I opened my vaults yesterday. Suffice to say that you didn't miss much. They were stinky, icky. Heartbreaking is a little dramatic, but they weren't great. On my evoker, I ended up taking a belt. I took a Hero Track Mastery Crit Mastery belt, which is good stats for me, and my belt was lagging a bit behind. So I can wear it. It wasn't like 447 or anything. There was a 447 piece, and it was tier. It was the same gloves I already have, but it would have just been a flat 6-item level upgrade in that slot. So what I ended up doing is I took the belt, I upgraded it, and then I recrafted... I was going to craft a belt this week, but I crafted a neck instead so that I could get a better statted neck that I can recraft to upgrade when I get another Enchanted Aspects crest, and also so I could recraft my flavor pocket onto it, because I refuse to live for 5 minutes without a flavor pocket. I won't do it, and you can't make me. 20k for selling stuff, felt rich for a hot second. Hey, 20k is 20k. 20k is not nothing. I still enjoy whenever I like manage to do like a dragon riding world quest and I get 500 gold. I'm like, yes, I get to keep that. You know what? I invested for that? Nothing but my time. And, you know, I'm not saying that my time is free, but I certainly treat it like it is. Alrighty. One book, please. The reason I'm going in the vaults is because I need to find the Old Gods book. There's a book that can appear in here that's a bit rare, and it's the last thing I need for my Forbidden Reach meta achievement, which will give me a title and make all of that scroll hunting that I did last patch worth it. So we're gonna zoom on in here. We're gonna sort out our navigation, and then I'm gonna pop my... I'm probably gonna go to the second floor, pop my anomaly detector, and then start nosing around. I think I have this... I have the superstition that if I'm gonna find my Old Gods book, it's gonna be on the second floor. Typically, I find both of the other two books on the top floor. I know it's not like a guarantee, but, you know, it's one of those things where I'm getting just unlucky enough to start getting superstitious. Hi, kitty cat. You want to say hi to the people? There they are. Hi, you want to say hi to me? Hello all. Hi, Katie. Keep empty inventory? That's very kind of you. It's nice when people like me enough to lie. Kitty. Recrafted chest today. Fix the stats. Put a flavor pocket on it. Still a 4-piece tier. Oh, nice. That is a lot of damage. Honestly, just crafting a thing and putting an embellish on it is like a project. And not everybody ends up doing it. So you're in good shape. All right, we have a bubble lifter. So, and I have the bubble lifter key, which means that I can scoot around there. So I'm gonna hope for the best. Cross a couple of fingers, Katie. Cross your paws. I'm gonna anomaly detection. And what we're doing is we're just looking to see if there's a purple glowing book behind any of the doors. We have 50 seconds. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to wait to... I mean, I could just start busting open doors, but where's the fun in that? It takes way too long. So we are hoping and looking and hoping. So I think what had happened last time I tried this was I wasn't seeing any books, and I read the tooltip and I'm like, no, they fixed it. And what it was is there just weren't any books on that level. So I'm gonna just do the entire lap right back to the bubble lifter, head back up, We're just gonna look at every door one at a time. It'll show through. It'll be like a little purple book-shaped thing if we find one. I bet you we find one of the other ones just to prove what the darn thing looks like. And... but I may need to wait for my cooldown. Ugh, yeah. Because I'm about to lose my anomaly detection, and that has a 10-minute cooldown. However, we have checked the second floor, so we'll check the third and the fourth one. Hey, that door's already open. That's weird. We'll check the third and the fourth one in a bit, I guess. If I have 15 minutes before Researchers Under Fire starts, what do I want to do? Maybe a little bit of campaign questing in my hunter. I don't know if I'm going to do the whole campaign, but I do know that I can do something. Maybe a half a bag worth of space in my hoarder. 2 slots must be enough for me. Grayscale magic. Anomaly detection. I think it's a dragon scale expedition thing that you'll learn. It should be in your general spell book. And it lets you see treasures through walls, which is nice for that particular thing. Hello, Hazel and Kira in chat. Still looking for the book. Still looking for the book. I'm not losing hope yet. I'll hop back on her later and check the top 2 floors. Hi. You're very cute. Hemsa, thank you for the 37-month resub. Happy Wednesday. What happens if you eat tinfoil? Sheet metal. That's a good one. Oh boy. Suspect he wants to torment us hoarders with the Niffin quest to deliver 10 shovels, which do not stack. Ooh, something else I need to do on my evoker. I have made my peace with the fact that I'm gonna, I've decided on my evoker, I'm gonna just do the barter boulder quests like mid to late week, because I figure that gives enough time for the prices of the stuff to calm down a little bit. I want to make, I was gonna craft a weapon, and then I looked up my guide and I decided, you know what if I make like off tier pieces with the Shadow Flame armor patch? So like if I do male feet and just the regular ones, I think, which is flame touched, and then I do a spark, and I do no power infusion because I won't have any. And I can always recraft later if I somehow get one. I'm really unclear on how much gold I want to spend on this character. Really can't figure that out. But I'm just going to send this to Flabby and see if he can make me some armor patch boots, because I hear that that's decent. I hear that I just want 2 of those and that'll do me. And by here, I mean I read it on the Wowhead guide that I googled really quickly before stream. So let's say 8K. Hopefully that comes close to covering some of these things. I'm sure Flabby has a running IOU. And then that's me having spent all the gold that I got from gathering and stuff. So maybe I'll go to the Zerlek Caverns and get some Lambent Aukenbloom. Sell a few more things. I also definitely want to start doing heroic dungeons today, but I want to make sure I want to do Researchers Under Fire at 9:30, so I'm gonna basically try and keep an eye on the clock until then. I want to join a big group and I want to do as best as I can, because you can get some decent stuff that way. It's fun gearing an alt with the intent of doing it like mostly via outdoor content. It's not that I'll never do a dungeon, but it's fun kind of, you know, doing it. Oh, thanks. It's fun kind of doing it the, you know, like when I'm on my main, when I'm on my evoker and I'm out here in the caverns doing these world quests and getting these like Drake's Crest and Worm and too many flight stones. I'm like, what is all of this for? And I figure, well, it's for people gearing in outdoor content. Let's find out what that's like. Plus, it's not like I know what to do in a dungeon anyways. And it's kind of fun. Starting with your gear at whatever item level. I'm 391 right now. And then enjoying the process of getting more. Speaking of getting more, it looks like Flabby made my boots. 424 with a Shadow Flame armor patch. That should be good. Yeah, nice big upgrade. That brings me up to 393, and I got red boots. Learned the Ponzo Giant Gallon Hat, 249 boulders. Ooh, that's a commitment. Blue line under the screen. That is weird, isn't it? Have I scooted something? What have I done? It's weird. Hang on, is it in this scene? No, it's not in that scene, which means that I must have done something. And by done something, I mean scooted something. It's locked, though, isn't it? It's totally locked. That's very strange. I mean, I can stretch it a little bit, but that's not ideal. I'm also not convinced. No, it does. Well, it's because I'm breaking it. Yeah, you stay there. Like, you used to fit. It was locked. Because I have like a background just so that if my game's not going through, there's like something there. And really, normally it snaps. Yeah. It's weird. I should really be capable of fixing this. It's like snapping, but like in a weird way. Is it less annoying if you've got a tiny bit of the bottom of my screen cropped? Let's just keep it like that for now. Oh no, now it's at the top. It's also a little bit annoying. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Did my aspect ratio reset? No. Like this scene right here, which doesn't have that problem, is just a monitor capture. Everything in the game and the way it's displayed is exactly the same. For whatever reason, the game capture decided it just didn't want to quite fit anymore, despite the fact that the source was completely locked in place and couldn't change. Yeah, it's close enough now. It's definitely not right, but it's like, at least there's no line. That's very peculiar. Racy Sapphire, thank you for the 31-month resub. I have an explorer alt that only does Dragon Scale Expedition World Quests. Oh, that's adorable. I think that, I was thinking about it, and I decided, the word explorer reminded me of it. I decided that in my pretty uneducated opinion, because I've only spent a tiny bit of time gearing through outdoor stuff, there might be like one too many upgrade tracks on the bottom end of the upgrade system. I don't know if we need Explorer and Adventurer and Veteran to all be below Champion and Hero. Maybe it's just because normally I don't engage with those three. But the difference between Explorer and Adventurer and Veteran, I feel like Adventurer and Veteran could be kind of like combined. As in like Explorer is like the World Quest basically free gear, and then Adventurer is like the... Adventure/Veteran is like the, you know, your Frank Assaults and your epic quests and your rare drops and like whatever. It doesn't, I don't know. maybe I'm just what am I? I'm not that cranky. But maybe I'm just underinformed. Collapse at least 2. I feel like it could stand to be 1 less than that. Just stuff that I sell. I finally got really brutal and ruthless about my inventory space on my evoker because of having bought so many files that I felt like I really needed to do something about them. This might be a mistake, but I'm just going to crank this explorer weapon, and then I'll just trust that I'm going to get more flight stones. Let's just take this thing all the way to 8 of 8, shall we? 398. You know, well, nobody can say I didn't fully use that explorer here. I want to make sure, so I got a champion piece. I should probably, assuming that I have the stuff to do so, work on upgrading that first, because I'm unlikely to replace champion gear on this character. It also seems really cheap. Weapons, I guess, take a lot of flight stones, but the gear itself is not so bad. Okay, so Drake's Crest. I managed to use all my Drake's Crest. That's good. I've never done that before. I have a fair amount of Whelpling Crests. Oh, 421. That's pretty good for little old hunter me. What about, I had a veteran piece. Yeah, I've got veteran shoulders. Those also want Drake's Crests. Baby veteran gear could use Whelpling Crests. Yeah, so I could take these gloves and make those a little better. I'd like to do some LFR this week. I think that would be good. And I've managed to spend my flight stones, but that's good because we'll make more. We'll get more flight stones. So yeah, she's up to 395 now, which I feel like is better than it was. I feel like I was 391. So that's not so bad. I want a cute transmog on her, but I have no idea what I want it to look like, so I keep just putting this same like brown set on that I wore while I was leveling, because I don't know what to wear. Research is under fire, starts in like 5 minutes. Oh yeah, she could, well, no, I'm gonna save my coins. I'm gonna save my unearthed coins to send to my main to work on that last mount before I do. I don't think I'm gonna buy crests with them. I know I could, but like, I don't know. I don't think I will. All that mog, yet too many options. Rip up, explore, and adventure. Keep only veteran, 99% outdoor player. Yeah, I kind of agree that flight stones shouldn't have a cap. I know that it's just a holding cap, but it begs the question of why do they have a cap? What behavior are they trying to prevent? Oh, 100 flight stones. So that's a explorer trinket. I do have an adventurer trinket. It's an on-use one, though. I'm never going to remember to use that. I guess I should stick it on a bar. Where would I use it? Maybe there? I'm not really remembering to survival of the fittest. I should, but I won't. Some of my armor pieces need aspect crest to upgrade. Yeah. When I was first upgrading stuff, it felt like I was forever going to need, it felt like I was forever going to need to use, Worm's crest. So I was like pugging these endless 11 keys and just doing 11 keys over and over and over and over and over again because it felt like I always needed more worm crests and I would get them out, immediately use them. And because I was cranking champion gear at the time. And then I finally reached a point where I'm like, hey, I'm still getting some worm crests from raid. And I think I don't need them anymore. So I was able to stop doing those and start doing... Now I feel like I need forever aspect crests, but I think I realistically only need like 4 more aspect crests. And then I might be just about done with them because I get another 4 of them. I craft an upgrade basically for them to make a better piece of gear. Because you can make 447 gear with an enchanted aspects crest. And I guess we can do that basically infinitely with sparks. So maybe eventually every non-tier piece is 447. Would I do that? No. I don't know. But anyways, I'm starting to feel like I no longer need to do... I mean, if I really wanted to be optimal for raid this week, and there are some good options, there's some good arguments for really going the full country mile for raid this week. But if I really wanted to optimize, what I would do is 5 16 keys today, which would probably mean starting them on stream so that I could upgrade that last piece because it would be 10 extra item levels to my neck. And the reason that I want to be so geared for raid this week is because this is our last week before our raid leader goes on vacation, like physical leaving vacation. And if we want to kill Heroic Sarkareth, it's got to be now or a lot later. It's not going to be for a couple of weeks in the interim. So I think everybody's trying to just get as geared as they can to give us every last advantage we can possibly scrape together before Sarkareth. So I've done a lot. I did a bunch of keys. I upgraded a bunch of stuff. I crafted some stuff. I've done a lot. I could stand to... Oh, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to make that much of a difference. My Evoker item level is doing pretty good. I forget what she's up to, but it's decent. It might be 437. I was looking at my Raider IO and I was feeling all good about myself for being the 3rd best Evoker healer on my server until I kind of like looked around and I realized that my server's not that big for Mythic Plus. It's a pretty small... It's a very competitive server if you're measuring pet collections. But if you're measuring Mythic Plus, there's actually only like 126 Evoker healers on my server that have done Mythic Plus like at all this season. And like numbers 120 through 127 are people that did 1 key, brutally overtimed it, and never went back. And they're in the top, 150 Evoker healers. So it's not a super competitive server. And the moral of the story is that if you're on Lightbringer and you're playing an Evoker healer, you're already top 150 if you've done any key ever. So you can... It's kind of fun to climb those rankings if you're on like a small server because it feels like you're really getting somewhere when you're just kind of doing normal person things. All right, Researchers Under Fire should be beginning shortly. Let me see if I can find a group. Yes, excellent. I have fully come around to joining raid groups for this because you want to get a better bag if you can. It goes much faster in a nice big group. I do not stream my raids. I talk about them the next day, but they're private comfy guild time. Still nothing but the June trading post. Not that I've seen, which is unusual, right? Maybe they're busy. Maybe they're working on it. Jumped 4 item levels in the last 3 days in the rush. Yeah, it's I think that our reclear is going to be really delightful and wonderful and smooth because, one, we're getting much better at that raid, and secondly, a lot of people have been slamming keys and crafting stuff and getting their upgrades all set up. Have you dealt with the new afflicted affix yet? Yeah, it's nice. Flabby and I can get all of them, basically all of them. I can get all of them unless there's something more important for me to dispel, and then whenever there is, I just tag in. I usually play with hybrids. If your normal group had no hybrids in it, and as the healer you were the only person that could deal with it, that would be a problem, but that's not my life. You just want to make sure you've got some people with some dispels and that they take them. I love me a good mouse overcast because I can just snipe them. It's so fast to dispel them if I see it coming. I do want to sort out a weak aura for it. I tried installing a weak aura just to give me like a heads up when they were spawning. And I installed it like during a Halls of Infusion key. And then the weak aura was like huge and kind of hard to understand and covering the middle of my screen. So I played with that for one boss and then I deleted it also during the Halls of Infusion key. So I want to poke around at some point and work on getting a better one, but maybe like, resize, reposition, customize it a wee bit before I go back in there again. But it seems good. Paladin, Shaman, Shadow Priest, Ardrid was amazing last night. Yeah, it seems easier than Incorporeal, and Incorporeal was pretty easy. It depends a little bit on your group comp, but I think it's just a good reason to just take a look at your group comp and make sure that somebody can do it. Myself, as a Preservation Evoker, I could deal with an Incorporeal with Sleepwalk. It was just a hard cast, which meant that I was an option, but kind of like a last option. Whereas with this one, I can take one with my regular Dispel, I can take another one with Cauterizing Flame if necessary. It's just a question of, is there any really important Dispel on the trash that is more important for me to get, and just being aware of when those moments are so that I can ask for help. It might be trickier in a pug. You would just have to hope people are paying attention and helping during those parts and that people kind of know. So things like the in Vortex Pinnacle in the beginning, those ads that charge and leave like the wind dot, that has to be dispelled. So you might not have as many healer dispels during that part, for example. I like them a lot better than affixes like bursting and necrotic and grievous. I'll take it over grievous 10 days out of 10. Holy moly. I was trying to think of all the ones that they got rid of, and I had a little bit of a terror spike when I remembered grievous. As long as we get a new scarf and hood, it will be okay. Mid key might not be the best timing on these things. It was a real display of arrogance that I thought I could get away with that. It wasn't even like a low key either. It was like at least a 17. Oh, we did two. Oh no, it was a 19. Pardon me. It was a Halls of Infusion 19. We ran 2 of them last night. We didn't time either of them. And the last one, it wasn't entirely my fault, but it felt like it was entirely my fault. I kept dying on the last boss in the run back. And I was so frustrated because I did it a couple of times because we had to pull it a couple times. And then on the last pull, we lost a DPS very early. So we had to do a couple phases. But we, every time that I was doing the run back on the last boss of Halls of Infusion, where you run down the hallway, you have to dodge like the waters and stuff. Sometimes it would put me with Flabby and I would run back next to Flabby and they would give us like 2 things to dodge and you would just kind of like walk around them and then be fine. And it was no big deal. But then the ones that I was doing either on my own or with the other DPS were like the most insane trap corners with like 17 things that would like all converge. It felt impossible. It probably wasn't. I don't think it would be mean enough to give me a literally impossible one, but it really felt like it was just totally not doable. And then they're like, so what's going on over there? Why are you guys dying? I'm like, you don't understand. You haven't seen it. It's horrible. Any idea what kind of dispel is needed for afflicted? Any friendly dispel. De-curse, de-poison, de-disease, magic dispels. So anything that would take a debuff off of a friendly target. Well, curse, poison, disease, and magic, I guess. But like any hybrid class can do it. So shamans, priests, monks, druids, evokers, including like the DPS and the tank ones, they can spec for it. And then you just make yourself like a little mouse over macro if you want, or do it the old-fashioned way. But just it's very fast to take care of. It's also a tiny bit less punishing than Incorporeal if you don't kick it. It gives you a negative 100% haste buff, which is ugly, and will not help your healer to heal. But it's not as guaranteed of a wipe, although you definitely shouldn't miss it. We missed like maybe 1 or 2 over a Night of Keys, and they were definitely pretty memorable. Thalen defended. Where is Thalen? Around? Yeah. Discovered that the skitterfly mounts actually fly. Surprised me considering that they share the water stride model. But they got big wings. They are, they can fly. It is pretty cool. They got big old wings though. They have the big droopy spooky legs when they're flying. Red paladin. Yeah, paladins do. Paladins. Forgot about paladins. But I like affixes like this that kind of encourage people to take a look at their utility talents. I don't usually mess with my talents much, and it's kind of fun poking around on my class tree side of things and being like, okay, maybe this week I can give up like my stun on Deep Breath, and instead I'm going to take like a D Enrage, or I'm going to take Sleepwalk, or I'm going to take, well, basically those things. I never give up Zephyr. You can't afford to give up Zephyr. But it feels nice to be able to kind of adjust my spec for the things that I need, and then when you don't need them, you can take something else. I'm looking for the thingies that you put into the altar. I know people pick them up really fast. I'm just seeing if there's anything I can help with over here. You always do forget us, Pallies. I don't know why my brain just doesn't consider paladins. We have one in the raid now. We have a paladin tank. But I guess I just don't have one in my key group, and I don't play one. It's one of the classes that I just don't have a paladin at all. But I got hunters and priests and stuff. I'm kind of tempted to try out Shadow Priest, but honestly, it's just me being a flavor of the month, you know, grass is greener, Greta, because they're just doing really well right now, and I'm like, man, they were never doing well when I mained one. I want to try it. Me. Had to learn how to use Shackle Undead for keys on Monday night. Never use it otherwise. Holy Priest apparently not so hot in keys. Not awful, but like not top tier by any means, any stretch. According to Subcreation anyways, I don't know. But Shadow is rocking the boat. They're making stuff happen. How are we doing? 8 to 12 objectives. We're happy with that. Early week is the way to go on this. Last week I was trying to get one done at the end of the week, and there was almost nobody left that still wanted to do it. I did the whole thing with a group of like 6 people-ish. And, you know, you still get a decent... It's still better than doing it with nobody, but it's, you definitely... I think Tuesday, Wednesday is kind of the move. I feel like Holy did fine in Shadowlands. I don't know if that was just me coping with being a Holy Priest main, or if it was actually higher ranked back then. But I remember feeling very capable. I have a new fern in my office. You want to see my fern? I've looked at a few more stores. I still didn't find a bamboo plant. I think I'm giving up. I think I've decided to let it go. I think I might have the fern instead. I was looking around online at like information on these, and apparently it's the same fern. It's just like you can have them inside, you can have them outside, you can have them in the forest, you can have them on your garden edges, you can have them as a houseplant. It's just, hey, it's fern, you know. But I got a little one, and then I got it like a little pot to grow into, and I figure it should like the amount of light it gets in that window. It's kind of like bright shade with maybe a little tiny bit of sunshine during the day, but for the most part it's gonna be fine. There you go. I did a bunch of gardening, and by gardening I mean, yeah, no, it counts. It's a balcony garden, but I repotted a bunch of stuff. I like made my big list of which plants needed bigger pots, and I picked up some more potting soil and some nursery pots, and I gave like my Japanese maples a bigger pot because they were, and I had like some ornamental grasses and stuff. And I always think things like that are going to take like 2 minutes, and then I do them and I come back inside and then I'm like, it's like an hour later and I'm exhausted and I don't understand why. Because it doesn't feel like it takes any time at all whenever you're like actually gardening, but then you come back inside and you're like, wow, when did it become 3:30? Audrey the Second's still alive. Oh yeah. Although Audrey the Second is I need to keep an eye on her. She had some scale. She had scale bugs. Lots of them. Lots and lots and lots of them. So I sat her down. I took my Q-tips and my rubbing alcohol and I annihilated them as best as I could. And I just need to keep an eye on it and keep doing it until basically they're all gone. She seems fine. They didn't seem to be bothering her all that much, but they would if they get further out of hand. So I'm gonna keep an eye on that. Pests are annoying, especially because I have a lot of plants. So whenever one of them gets bugs, you want to isolate it from the other plants. But I only have so much room to isolate them from the other plants because there's not a whole lot of forces in my life or in my brain that tell me to not do it if there's a new plant that I want, especially if it's like cheap. I don't usually buy expensive plants on purpose. Sometimes I buy expensive plants when they were misplaced in a cheaper plant section and I get excited about it. And then it turns out at the till when I'm checking the receipt later that they were not that cheap. And then I'm like too me to go do anything about it. But, and by expensive, I just mean $10 instead of $2. Yeah, I have a hard time not doing more, especially if I'm like, yeah, I can squeak it in this window. I could hang it right here. This will be fine as long as I move before it grows too much, right? Add-ons for a new player. I like using Leatrix Plus because it's kind of just like a control panel of extra options where you don't have to use any of them, but a lot of them are really useful and it's not going to like clutter up your screen or do anything super confusing unless you tell it to. So I use Leatrix Plus to help me auto-vendor my loot. I use it to help me auto-repair my gear when I open dialogue with a repair NPC. I use it to help me auto-loot faster. I use it to increase my camera zoom. I use it to be able to destroy items without typing delete. What else do I do? I have... I automate quests with it, which is optional, but that's useful, especially if you're questing. Settings? System? Yeah, I do a bunch of stuff with it. But I find it stays out of my way until I need it, which I appreciate. Cool. Okay, so that's Researchers Under Fire done. I betcha... Here, I'm going to go head back to Loam. And I'm going to... head back to Loam, and I'm going to log back onto my evoker and go look through the rest of the vaults for that book. Let's see what I got in this bag, though. Anything? I got a ring. A champion ring. Yes. Excellent. Also, the coins are great because I'm pretty sure that I can just turn those into baubles and then mail the baubles to my main. Also, a finned tail for my slither drake. So I put the ring on 415. I want to replace this time walking ring. Yeah. Happy with that. It's got versatility on it, which I understand is not my best stat as a BM hunter, but whatever. Item level, eh? And then I can turn something in. I can turn something in. You want something? Oh yeah. I did another weekly. I get another bag. That one has a veteran cape. I already have a veteran cape, but this one is higher item levels. That's good. Skips me a couple of upgrade levels. Saves me some flight stones. 4 of 8 veteran cape. Very good. That brings me up to 397. I'm happy with that. Plus, we have some more Drake's crests. Oh, loot. Oh, and then dig maps. I should probably do dig maps on my... I should probably do digs on Aerith. I don't see why I wouldn't. Let's finish a thought. Let's finish the vaults. I have too many things in progress. My RAM is full. My memory's full. Still growing corn. Partner was saying you might run into issues with pollinating. Yeah, the corn didn't happen. The corn didn't sprout anyways. That was potentially also going to be an issue. I had planted them in a grid instead of a row to try to help with that. But yeah, corn no bueno. Rest in peace, corn dreams. However, I now have potatoes in that spot, and the potatoes they're so big on top that I'm hoping that they at some point decide that it's time to make potatoes down below, because they've made such large plants. I'm not fertilizing them or anything. I've got compost in there, but I'm not like min-maxing their nutrients, so I'm not going to feed them anything that's going to like trigger tuber production, so I need them to figure it out on their own. They've got all summer. All right, we're going to pop this. We're looking for books. We're going to do a lap. We're looking for books. I'm glad it didn't zone me out. I was a bit worried it was going to kick me out and I would have to look all the way back in. I would love to see any book at all, just to kind of reconfirm to me that this does work. Because otherwise I'm going to feel like I want to start busting open doors, and I don't want to do that. Speaking of busting doors, I could also send my hunter keys and then like get her an onyx amulet made, and that would be decent. Yeah, so there's a book, but it's Opera of the Aspects. I need the Old Gods book. That's what it looks like when you do see it. There's another book over there. I bet you anything that's a living book. It always is. Can I mouse it over yet? 12 seconds. I mean, if anything, I can see which one it is. I can, like, just open that door. It's a living book. It always is. Oh, well. Maybe next week. Tronic, that sounds like something that you might want to talk to your raid lead about. Ask them what you can do or what you can work on. They might have specific guidance for you. All right, let's see. Everything. Oh. Oof. I'm not going to do 5, 15, 16 keys today, am I? That doesn't sound like me. That sounds like a lot. It would be 10. So I'm 437 and a half. I could basically get this up to a 447, but I would need full aspect crests. Oh, well, I would need 3. I have 1. There we go. I would need 3 more aspect crests, and I have 4 fragments on me. We failed a couple keys. It would be so much keys. I didn't know that I had 1. You can do it. What if? What? Oh, you know what I would do, actually? Hang on a second. Let's, change our stream title. Just to warn people what they're getting into. And I'm gonna look for a WeCore as well. It's gotta be something that'll help me out with this. I just basically want, like, a tiny bit of a heads up, like an icon or something, to remind me when the thingy spawned, just so that they don't sneak up on me if I'm not noticing. Aspect crest party. Ooh. And then, what's the thing called? Afflicted WeCore. So, let's try this one, because I tried that other WeCore and I didn't like it. Lightweight afflicted affix helper gives sound cue on spawn. Yeah, let's try that. Let's try that. Hopefully it doesn't do anything ugly. Can you show me? And then let's stick it somewhere. I don't know. There? Ooh, maybe over here, actually. Because if my frames are somewhere, I might scoot it when I get into a group. We'll see. I bet I'll notice it right there. That seems reasonable. Okay. I'm in my Mythic Plus talents. What else do I want for my life? Not much. It would basically just be anything, any key 16 plus, I think. I don't think there's any, I'm not trying for score here. I have enough. you just want them to go well. Find a group. Show, sort by score. Mythic plus 16. That's a VP. It's a Halls of Infusion. Oh, they want me for the VP. Okay. Let's head out there and hope for the best. I would need to do a fair chunk of these, but that's okay. We can, it'll be good practice. And I don't want to play this week's worth of raid without saying I did everything that I possibly could. After a long day of playing WoW, time to watch some WoW live streams. WoW. Sounds like your day's got a theme. Your third cup of coffee. Oh. I had some really good English breakfast tea that tasted so nostalgic it made me miss the teacups from the last time I had tea that tasted like that. I have plenty of mugs of different sizes. I get like, it's not that I need to have certain drinks in certain mugs, but I do build like associations in my brain, and I like it when the tea matches the cup, you know, like when I use the cup from Japan for the Japanese green tea, or I use like these clear modern looking ones with the herbal teas, and then I'll use like the big WoW cup is usually for a big cup of like cheap, strong black tea. Got the old Gods book on an alt. Same week as I had no book on my main. Vault was slightly different for them. Yeah, no. I could do it on alt. I don't even need to send them keys. I could just send them a single key and then send them through the vault and look for it. My understanding, though, is that if I did find the book on an alt, I would then need to go get all of the other books. And mind you, the other ones are pretty easy to get. You just fly around the reach and get them, but it's not, I don't know, I'm lazy. I just wanted to spawn on my mains vault. It's been so long. This is what I get for skipping like 2 vaults during the actual 10.15 patch. The book is just a thing that can spawn in the Scara vault that I need for an achievement. There's different books that you can find. I guess you like loot and read them too. They are readable. Alright, so we got a paladin that can help me with the thingies. Yeah, the librarian achievement, exactly. It's the last thing that I need for the Forbidden Reach thing. The Forbidden... You know what I haven't really looked into much yet? Is, what exactly is involved in this? Oh, I only need 2 more achievements for the Zerlek Caverns meta. One of them is treasures. There's just 4 specific treasures, including the seething cache. Although I heard that they're fixing that, or hot fixing it or something. So, props to me for procrastinating. And then there's no place like Loam is renowned 20. Okay, so the Zerlek Caverns meta seems weirdly... Okay, not weirdly, but it seems easy. It seems... Because I haven't tried yet. It's just happened. It's just exploring coins. Yeah, it doesn't seem like that big of a deal. Oh, and a priest. Nice. Okay. Alright. Haven't played WoW in a few weeks. Been fried with the end of the school year. That's fair. WoW, I won't say it'll always be here because, you know, absolutes, but in my life, it's pretty much always been there whenever I was ready to come back to it. I don't know what I'm trying to summon. There's nobody here to summon with me. They're coming. This is a very bright screen. I think it'll be a little easier once I get inside. I want to be here forever and ever because it's the only game I play. I play a few other games, but I have come to notice that I'm definitely not one of these people that plays every game. I'm quite particular with the types of games I play. Just in that if a game doesn't really speak to me because of the format of it, it doesn't matter how good it is. It just won't be for me. I think in my younger years, I was very influenced by the creators at the time, and there was a lot of kind of like variety, play every new Steam game culture going on. And maybe that's still a culture, but I don't notice it much anymore. I'm definitely more of just a find the games that you like and just play those ones to death. I'm a full-time content creator, so I split my time between streaming and YouTube, and between the two of those things, they make up how my rent gets paid. Oh yeah, I should click on the thingy. I should help summon. Are we all here? Yeah, I think we're all here. I have not played Valheim lately. I had like a playthrough a couple months ago, I guess. I got halfway through. I was trying to play with some friends, but I was having the worst time connecting to their server. Okay, so I'm going to use my file. I'm going to go healing rune just in case. I don't think... I'm just in case. One thing I have not found myself doing much is healing the incorporeals. Or pardon me, the afflicteds. You can top them with a heal to make them go away if you're lacking a dispel or you wanted to save your dispel. But I find that as an evoker, it takes me so many globals to do it that I'd rather not. I don't know how the other healers are getting on with it, but I will always dispel it. Even if the dispel is a mistake. The only thing that I have that really does it in one global is like a spirit bloom, and I need that for other things. Okay, I have a food buff. I have a flask. I have a rune. I've used my trinket. I have potions. I'm in my correct spec. I even have a D enrage just to be extra. Yeah, should be good. Let's crank out some nice smooth keys today would be great. Good luck on the key. Thank you. I'm going to do my best. I'm not going to go out of my way to do wild amounts of damage. I'm going to mostly just try to keep everybody up and stay on top of the thingy. I'm curious to see if I like this new weak ore that I grabbed. I didn't look at it super closely. It's only a 16 though. I think we'll be okay. So these go away, right? Oh man. I grabbed this weak ore. I just Googled it real quick before I started this key. That's so funny. I'll mess with that later. I grabbed this weak ore real quick, and it said that it had a sound cue just to remind you when the afflicted are spawning. And I didn't look into it further to find out what the sound cue was. It is going to continue doing that for this entire stream. Sorry, not sorry. There's another one. It's going to happen again. It's not even like thingy. Oh shoot, I don't have anything. Oh, I'm Cyclone too. Can I do it with this? That's gonna get off. Oh, somebody got it, thank goodness. Okay. I had dispelled the dot. I don't know what happened to my other one. That's hilarious and also awful. Cause yeah, you gotta cleanse that thing off of it. God bless you. Yeah, there's gonna be a bit of that going on. Okay. Yeah, this whole section, I'm gonna try and heal up the thingies with heals somehow. Oh, jeez, okay. I don't have a lot for that. I don't even have Renewed Blaze. I'm gonna have to Living Flame myself. Ugh. So there's another one. I can get that, actually. Although now I can't. Oh. That's horrible. Horrible! This hallway is the worst part. I just need to not worry so much about the afflicteds, I think. Oh, I've put thingy into stasis. Living flame. It's horrific. I need help with these. It's a good thing the DK can heal himself. The new affix spawns afflicted mobs that need a friendly dispel. They need to be cleansed. It could be a poison, a disease, a decurse. Oh yeah, mages. But needs to be cleansed to prevent them from casting. Otherwise, they're going to debuff the whole group for negative 100% haste, which is ugly. Once I get into the later sections, it's not as important for me to dispel. And we'll be able to... So this is double thingy. There's going to be some raid damage here, so I want to actually maybe set it up so it's going to be... So this is what it looks like when it spawns. I can get rid of it with a mouse over. We can have another one of these. I think I'm going to change the sound. I might change it to like the cat meow again. I miss the cat meow. Although, I don't know if I'll recognize it as not. I don't know if I might find a new thing. Okay. Oh, I just stood right in that. Let's not do that. Watch your feet. Watch your feet, Hazel. What if Halls of Infusion is my new Plague Fall and I just have to run it 13,000 times to get really, really, really good at that run back so that I can never die to it and never let my friends down again. Alright, so there's thingies. They do kind of blend in. There's one. Yeah, we're good. That sound is so funny. More so because I wasn't expecting it. Oh, don't do that. Okay. Give me one over there. Another one somewhere? Yeah. Good, boss done. As a Shadow Priest, you'd want to spec into your disease cleanse in your class tree, I believe. That should do it. Why don't I like this sound? Is it just because it's like a human body sound? Is it because of the memory of the last like 3 years of not wanting to hear that when outdoors? I mean, it does match with the afflicted. There was an ambient sound in Ironforge that was identical to when a cat jumped onto the floor from a perch. I would turn and look for them every time. There used to be something like that. I forget what it was, though. It wasn't a cat thing. The dragon is... I'm curious to see if these guys are going to be decent about stacking the healing circle. This dragon really hurts, so I'm going to use stasis for it. Is it because you have allergies? I don't think I have allergies. So I'm gonna get that. Yeah. There's gonna be another one over there. Oh, I can't get it. I can't get it. It's gonna get off. Oh, that's so ugly. Who wants less haste? It was like right behind the dragon. That is the one trouble with my... Oh, I didn't even go off. I tried to use my cleansing flame. That's the only trouble with mouse over macroing it. I should have just tried to click target or like tab it or something. I don't know how you do it, but I just I couldn't get like a clean mouse over on it. Oh, this actually isn't that bad on this difficulty. Although that's bad. Oh, my priest. Sounds like someone's in the room with you off camera. Not that I know of. Although somebody asked me in a news video comment about like a light on the wall behind me, and they asked if it was a ghost. And I like went to go look for it just because I was curious. I was like, oh, you know, it's probably just like a reflection or something, you know, some light bouncing off of something. There's a lot of shiny stuff in my life. And I was like looking at it, I'm like, yeah, it's probably just a light bouncing off of something. But I like couldn't figure out what it was. And I was having breakfast this morning and I was seeing another one and I was like, there are a lot of shiny things in my life. I've got crystals hanging. I've got like I wear a watch sometimes. I don't know, I got dishes. There's a lot of glowy things that could be reflecting. Things, but it weirds me out that I can't specifically identify a given one. So maybe it's a ghost. Maybe it's a ghost. I don't think I would mind it's a ghost if all it does is shine a light on the wall. My stance on ghosts is that innocent until proven malevolent, and that just because someone's dead doesn't mean they're mean. I think we're being really unfair to the dearly departed by just assuming that they're going to be all poltergeisty. That went into my stasis, didn't it? Oh no, it didn't. That's nice. I have mild concerns about the next boss. Not because it's hard with the affixes or anything. Just because I have a tendency to flake on this boss. I just need more practice with it, I suppose. Soon it's blood dripping down the wall at 3 a.m. Yeah. It's a pretty rough place to get blood off of. Sinks are better. No, I've had crystals in my windows for ages. I don't watch anybody, if we're being honest. It's no slight on anybody in particular. I just don't watch gaming YouTube anymore. If I'm watching YouTube, I'm watching like either commentary stuff. Honestly, I watch people do video essays about like TV shows that I've never seen, movies that I never intend to watch. You know, they talk about like TikTok trends. I'm not even on TikTok. I don't know anything about any of it. I guess I just like listening to people talk. It's hard to say. So that means that there's a thingy in the back. There we go. Let's get it. But it's not my best habit, so I'm trying to... I want to not stand downwind, but I also... Yeah, there we go. I want to make good choices. Oh. Yeah, that'll work. Nope. That one's ugly. Sometimes I just need to remember that when you're trying to get out of something, you can just walk. You don't have to do anything dramatic. It doesn't have to be super fast, because I get myself into trouble sometimes with hover. Like, I go too fast and I just zoom into something. I trip on things. Or, like, I've just used it when I would need it for later. I think that might be my trouble with the run back on the Halls of Infusion thing, is that I am prone to panicking. I'm also prone to running out of mana. Yikes. Well, this is gonna be ugly. So there's 2 afflicteds. I got 1. We're good. Pretty sure I watched all seasons of The Mandalorian through clips on YouTube. Seems like an efficient way to watch it. Hello, Hazel in chat. Hello. If I had a ghost, would want her to do the dishes. Dishes reminded me. I baked something else. Give me time dilation here, please. Oh, okay. Oh, there you go. I've been rewatching, and I'm pretty close to finishing season 3, British Bake Off, and it has done its work, and it has convinced me that I need to start baking again. So I made a tart. I got a tart pan. And now that I've gotten a tart pan, I'm committed to learning how to, like, make tarts better. And I decided I make a lot of, like, fruit-based bakes, and I wanted to try to do, like, a chocolate custard thing instead. So I looked up some recipes, and I found one that looked reasonable. And I made my pastry, and my trouble where I went astray was that I made this pastry, and I blind baked it. And I think what happened is I added a little too much water, I stretched it out a little too much, and I didn't let it rest quite long enough. I did let it rest, but I didn't really let it rest long enough, I don't think. And it shrunk when I blind baked it. And it shrunk down to such a degree that it didn't really have walls. It kind of did. It was a little bit of a pastry frisbee situation. And I'm supposed to fill this with, like, a liquid custard. So I ended up, it had, like, a lot of different baking time still left. So I, like, had some leftover pastry. I made, like, a patch. I made, like, a second layer, to the wall of the pastry that went around the inner wall, so that there was kind of like a tectonics plate situation. And then I filled that, and it still overflowed because I put it on a cookie sheet to help me move the tray, but then the cookie sheet was very tilted. Owie, owie, owie. These got nerfed, but apparently they still truck. Anyways, it looked a bit sloppy. It tasted very nice, and it did set eventually, although I had to bake it for like 20 minutes longer than it said it did, but it wasn't burnt. And it set up nicely. I used a little espresso powder in it. I had to buy a jar of espresso powder, which was more money than I wanted to spend, but I could use it on everything forever, I suppose. And it made me want to, I mean, there's only so many baked goods I can crush within like a given week, but I want to keep working on it because it tastes nice, but I bet I can make it prettier next time. Let the DPS kind of work on their lives here. Not me. Oh, it's way back there. It's a good thing it wasn't me. That would have been too much for me to do. I would have been overloaded in the brain. Once again, not me. Does this not target healers anymore, or have I just gotten very, very lucky in the last 2 times I've done this key? So there's some thingies. I'll get the one that's going to spawn in here. I'll get that one too. Oh, it is me. That's what health pots are for. Never mind. I had just gotten lucky. Oh, he's leaving. They nerfed the health on the orbs on the last boss here, so it should be okay. I'm feeling pretty good about this. I think this is a good key. Spirit Blink with 2 pieces is crazy. Oh yeah. It's the bread and it's the crowning glory. The bread and butter. Less fortified weeks for bosses. Alright, you guys go get that. I will order this. And jump! Oh, you gotta jump. You're okay, you're okay. Sounds like looks like a health pot. Servant calls for aid. It's nice that he can ask for help. Not everybody can do that. Takes practice. And then we spread. Because it's for me. I'll use thingy. As well. Get this one. Yeah, thank you. Thingy again? Yeah. Make sure we got these on everybody. Good jump. They can't hear me. I'm just cheerleading for my own mental benefit. Should be a choop soon. Oh, Skyfall Nova. Oh, don't even have to move. Melee are so happy. I'll get left, I say to nobody. Actually, you know what? I'll get both. It's nice to being able to get both. Oh, awesome. Thank you. Nail it. Yeah, belt. Anyone else wear mail in this group? Nope, just me. Cool. 1 key down. I might go browse weak or sounds maybe. I don't use click. I don't actually use any add-ons that are for healing. What I do is I have raid style party frames for my raid frames. And then in my settings, I just enable mouse over. So all of my casts will work on mouse over. And it's awesome. I used to do it with macros for each individual spell, and this is much easier if you just don't mind having it for everything. So I just have this enabled. And then if I don't have a mouse over, it'll just work as normal. But it means that I can just kind of like drift my heals over all the people. It means that I can just kind of snipe dispels off on the afflicted mobs. Yeah. I'm going to get up and take a short break. When I come back, I'm going to pick a new weak or sound and see what I can do. We have 2 aspect crests now, which means we only need 2 more. Oh, starts to feel doable. I believe it's 3 keys is the technical number. I'll be right back. Alright, let's see what we got. I'm probably not going to use any, I'm probably just going to use something that came with week course. One of the things the library already has access to. Alright, so if we look in Afflicted, I'm not great at tinkering with things, but actions, play sound, sound channel. Alright, so here's what we got. We have all kinds of stuff.
Oh no.
That won't work. Nope. Maybe. I need to not tune it out, but I also need it to not make me insane because there will be no avoiding it. It's not like I can dispel them so fast the sound doesn't play. So it has to be something that sounds reasonable. I don't hate that. Play it again. I wonder if I would notice it. Bring back the meow. I used to get so many questions about the cat. Absolutely not. Under no circumstances. Nope. Oh, I hate that. I don't know plater head sounds. That's the nice meow. There's a harsher meow. That first one, that's what we used to use. There's nothing in this. Hey! I could do this all day. Nope. Which one did I like? I liked, not that. Good lord. That's horrific. The sheep was... I liked the sheep. I liked the bell. I want something a little bit funny. But I don't want to hate it. What does a panther sound like? Oh dear. That one's too polite. That's not polite enough. Well, I noticed that. People are gonna think it's my cat. What if people think it's my cow? That's too base.
And now, me eat cookie.
I don't know if I have the rights to that. I need to pick something. This is my inability to make choices. Let's go ahead and set it up with the bell and see if that's reasonable. See if I notice that. Because it's going to happen a lot, so I think if I go too annoying, I'm going to be in trouble. So, yeah. We want 16s. We want aspect farms. A 17 is acceptable. Although I would prefer a 16. Yeah. VP, underwrought, freehold, all very good keys to just kind of bust out real easy. The cow in the room just off camera. Precisely. I wouldn't notice that. We'll see if I notice it. I might not. It might blend in with the music too much. But I did, you know, some amount of dungeons without anything, and it wasn't the end of the world. It wasn't great, but it was alright. We'll see. Chicken Loki is good. I miss hanging out with chickens. Some people have them in Victoria. There's places that people that will have them just in their backyards, and if you're creepy like me, you can just memorize where all of the These people have chickens, and these people have geese. And these people have cats. I mean, lots of people have cats, but you can memorize them and kind of see them. There's also chickens at Beacon Hill Park. That's always a go-to. And goats. And miniature... they might be donkeys. They might be mules. Might be miniature horses. I don't know. Some kind of a short four-legged creature that's kind of cute. Oh, I haven't been to the park in a minute. I didn't go fishing this past 2 days. I did a bunch of errands. I did some shopping. I bought some bakeware. I baked a pie or a tart that took me like all day. But I did not actually go fishing. Maybe next week. I don't know. I'm trying to get a little more up and at 'em and get more things done. And it's sort of working. Sort of. How are you enjoying healing in season 2? Had mixed feelings? I'm having a lot of fun. I need to get better. I'm still in that stage where I need more time with each of the dungeons to kind of get used to them. So that I can, or get better at them, I suppose, so that I feel like less of a liability. But every disaster run really teaches me a lot, so that's something. Our neighbor's chicken laid an egg on our front doormat. Oh, that's for you. Did you keep it? It sounds like a present. That's so cute. I would maybe do chickens one day if I had the space for them, but I would just have them as pets. They would lay eggs during their egg laying years, but when they stop laying eggs, I would keep them anyways. because, pets, chickens, babies, ladies. Are we all here? No, we're not all here. We're mostly all here. I could just wait inside. We're more or less all here. I still have my file and my food and my rune. I don't even need to use anything new. You gotta love flavor pockets. I know I didn't die in the last one, but even just the extra duration of it. I bought a new one too. I had sold an extra one that I'd had dropped, so I had to buy a new one, but I thought, like 65k. I know they later got up to like 80k, but I figured 65k flavor pocket, done. Just don't make me go into a dungeon without one. I won't do it. I don't wanna. You can't make me. Tank in here yet? Getting there. VP. Artisans Market. Tank might need to summon. There's 2 people outside that they should be able to summon. Do I have a good pet that I want it with me? I have Garlock, my time lost Vorkwinful, which is the pet that I got from Primal Fury, Primal Fury on my bar, and then also this Puddle Hopper. It's got to be something new from the Zerlek Caverns. It's got some good snails. Do I have a pink one? Oh, there's Gerald too. Maybe I should bond with Gerald. We did the whole achievement. And then of course Kira. I have a silver tabby cat pet that I named Kira. Okay, they summoned him. High in protein, essential vitamins. Yeah. I'm high in protein and essential vitamins. You shouldn't eat me. I'm going to remember to... Yeah, we have a couple of people that can help with things. I'm going to remember to tip the scales during the countdown if they give us one. That would be good. You can get a free tip the scales use if you use it before the key gets put in. Mid Melman, thank you for the brand new sub. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. Pally needs to repair, apparently. I like peppermint tea. It's like my go-to for an herbal tea. I buy it in like 1 pound bags, like huge bags of dried peppermint, because it's really cheap and it brews up real easy. And sometimes you just want something warm to drink and to warm up your fingers on. Okay. And then I put my Broodkeeper's Promise back on him because I cannot get rid of that trinket. I have a beautiful Rashok's Molten Heart, and then I have this old last season trinket. And I just need to get lucky. That's basically the last thing that well, not the last thing I'll need. I'll still want like an evoker legendary, but one thing at a time, you know. Taken to ginger tea recently. Do you make it with fresh ginger? You like buy a dried version of it? I love fresh ginger. One day I want to try and grow it just to see if I can. You know, anything that can sprout in my cupboard, I feel like can't be that hard to grow in the ground. If it wants to grow, you know, next to my pots and pans. Yeah, this is fine. So yeah, I will need extra help with thingies in this first section. Hopefully the paladin and the priest both get that. I love being able to help out with a ranged interrupt. That was something that I often really wished for during my Shadow Priest days. So here's the thing coming. Yeah, I noticed that sound. It honestly doesn't sound like a bell. It sounds like a guitar to me. It's loud enough, at least. Can you grow it out indoors, or is it an outdoor plant? I think everything's an outdoor plant. Whether or not you can grow it inside is sort of a matter of what kind of conditions you can come up with inside. I'm guessing. I have no idea. Some things really hate it inside because you can't give them enough realistic enough conditions, whereas other things, if you stick a lamp on them, they're fine. I don't know. I want to try ginger and garlic one day. I want to grow all the funny kinds of garlic. I want to grow all the weird ones. I want to grow every type of garlic I can find to see if I have a favorite that's not just like regular grocery store garlic. Because I love fresh garlic. I use it in everything. Not everything, but I use it often and frequently. How are we doing over here? We're doing okay. Convenient timing. Plant it deep, keep it on top, rise them exposed. Okay. How about in a pot on a balcony with not a lot of sunlight? What are my odds? It could be outside. It just wouldn't really have too much sunshine. These are tricky packs. I'm gonna just Renewing Blaze my way through that one. And then I'm gonna Emerald Communion my way through this. Garlic obsession knows no bounds. I bring a garlic powder shaker to family events because people like bland mashed potatoes. Oh dear. Garlic powder is one thing. I'm sure I have it like in seasoning mixes, but I don't have it on its own. I love the fresh stuff though. My garlic press gets a lot of use. I need help with this. I definitely need help with this. I have nothing. There we go. I guess I should try a little harder to heal it. This is just a tough couple of packs for it though, because I am dispelling. I do have thingy up again. I call everything thingy. I have Renewing Blaze up again, so if it's on me, I can Renewing Blaze my way through it. Ever microplane it? So much easier to clean than a press? I don't, but my press, I don't find it difficult at all to clean. It takes me about 11 seconds. I wash dishes very quickly. I have one like flat plane grater, and it's a big wide one, like coarse grated cheese. And I've actually been really pleased with using it to coarse grate butter for when I'm making pastry. I've done a couple of pie crusts recently, and I find that freezing butter ahead of time and using like a coarse cheese grater on it is like a nice shortcut. Because I can't be bothered to get at my food processor, and I don't like pastry cutters. I find that they're too hard to use. Pastry cutters and like the knife thing, I don't like doing it. It hurts my hands. And then when I do it with my fingers, it works okay, but it takes a while, and I'm worried that I'm warming it up too much with my hands. So freezing it and then cheese gratering it seems to get it into like a really nice sized piece for pastry. Holy mackerel. That always hurts a lot. Without warming it up too much or having too many dishes to do. Okay, so that's gonna be a lot. I'm gonna get these two. It's funny, cauterizing flame actually heals it like to half just because there's so many debuffs it could take off. Is there any kind of like a fancy hunter pet that can deal with those? Or is that not a thing at all? I feel like it's not a thing, but it would be really cool if it was. I see it back there. Watch your feet, Hazel. It's tricky in here and those will hurt. They won't one-shot at this difficulty, but they hurt. Yeah, I'm happy with that. That should get me through the week anyway. Is that priest gonna be okay? Sometimes I can't catch people in my stuff, and it's difficult. But that's what we have Rewind for. Okay. Lock Imp has Dispel, doesn't work on him. Yeah, it needs to be a... Yeah. Interesting. Hate cleaning tiny coals in garlic press. I swear my garlic just comes off it in one piece, and then the dish brush just kind of like sorts it. I don't have to go into each hole, or if I do, I just don't. Maybe I have a magic one, or maybe I just have really low standards. It's hard to say. Trank Shot is an offensive dispel. I don't know if that would work. I think it has to be a friendly dispel. Pet types have yeah, only works on the pet. It's kind of a bummer. I wish that there were just like... It'd be nice if everybody had a thing. But I do like feeling useful. I like it when people need me. Morning. Good morning. How are you today? Oh, ouchie. Oh, we're going right into it. Okay. If you sit right here, you can sometimes bait the frontal onto the side of it so everybody can stay in the thing. One thing I need to do is get better at not just waiting for them to spawn. Like I see they're about to spawn and I'm like, oh, it's coming. And then my brain feels incapable of doing anything else until it's spawned and I've dispelled it. And you have time, and sometimes you have important other things to do. And I really cannot justify just sitting there and waiting for it to spawn. But it's like my brain is so afraid to forget that, like I can't take my eyes off of it until something's been done about it. Because I don't want to forget about it. What if I stop looking about it and I just never think about it again? So I'm trying to work on that. Back in the day, there'd be first aid things you could craft. Wonder if that would work. Oh. Let's just kind of like do one of these guys. You also have like a hot minute to actually do it. All the way out. Have you guys been PvPing at all this season? And if so, how do you feel about it so far? I did a little off-stream shuffle to get my just like 2 vault options for the week. And it still feels so brutal. I also got a horrible vault. I had to take an emblem trinket that I don't really need because my other option was to like take a socket, and it's too early in the season for me to do that. I didn't realize I didn't have my whisper filtering out on until somebody was very upset that they had died and they were whispering me about it. And I was like, oh, I should turn that back on. And I made myself like a nice little chat window that has everything filtered out of it in case I'm ever in solo shuffle and I just don't want to see any chat at all. It's called the quiet tab. I don't have it on this character, but I have it on my druid. And there's never anything in it. It's always going to be empty. Took a socket week too. 2 socket vaults in a row. Oh, I'm so sorry. I was very nearly in the position of taking the socket on this character. There was an argument that could have been made for it, but it was, I took the gear instead. All right, what are we saying? It's gonna be 2 of them. I can't get underneath the wing. That was trouble last time too. There we go. Just click on it. It's okay. You've got time. Whoop. The nice thing about an evoker is you can kind of double jump yourself over this. Almost forgot about that. Do I have anything? Depends on your definition of anything. Yeah. I'm getting better at not, like, jumping into the, thingies. Oh, this is gonna be trouble. Up, over. Quick little heal. Get to the right side of it. Bit of a long fight. I wonder if this guy also wants a... I'll just give him one. That's strange. Oh, they were calling for lust. Oh, I didn't see it. Oops. Get to the end of it. Long fight. Oopsies. I'm also totally I'm gonna mana pot here. Lucked out, got a Biz trinket. Oh, nice. Congrats. There. We should be fine. I feel a bit bad. I'm not used to being the lust user. Doesn't happen all that often in my groups, but I should be paying more attention to bugs. That is part of my job. Ooh, that was close. Oh, the Law and Order sound, yeah. I'm sure somebody uses that. I have like nothing to heal it with. There we go. I can't living flame the thing back up if I'm out of dispels. Expunge is replaced by the Healer Dispel and Healer Specs. So that's my 2 key right here. It's the same, it's called Naturalize for Preservation Evokers. So I use that, and then I also use the red one if I have to. Oh shoot, it's on me, it's on me. It's almost dangerous. See, this is why I need to play an Evoker, is so I have emergency buttons. Me again? Me a third time. Oh, one in the back got off. I don't think DH can do it. Will that still happen? Yeah. I don't know for sure, though. My understanding was that it was healer hybrid classes and then healers, I guess. And then mages, I suppose, because mages could decurse. Sounds true. Alright, I guess I'll list this boss. Alrighty. Whoa! Aren't you proud of me? Oh dear. Or if they didn't want it for a phase or anything, because they're getting it now. I think I hit thingy a little late. Renewing Blaze, that's okay. Alright, well. We got some crest fragments. Anything else? I got gold? I got 53 gold. Alright. Yeah, they're raid wide, so just one person in the party or raid needs to press it, and then everybody gets the buff, assuming that they're alive. The only time you need somebody else to do it again is if somebody was dead during the first one and they get battle rezzed and you want to give them lust. Which sounds very niche, but it does happen sometimes. Alrighty, that's 13 fragments there, so we need to go back in again. And then again one more time, but it's actually, we're making quite good time. An underrot 16 would be ideal. That would be awesome. I also don't know if I've done a 16 underrot this week. Or just an underrot at all this week. I don't know if I need it for score. I must have a 16 fortified. Yeah, I've got an 18 fortified. I only did a 15 on tyrannical, apparently. Didn't do a whole lot of underrot last week. Big heals and preservation evoker. With your... It'll change quite a bit with your tier set. When you get your season 2 tier set, your biggest heal is going to be setting up a bunch of echoes on people and then using Spirit Bloom at the right moment. When you echo Spirit Bloom onto everybody, it's a huge heal with a big hot component also. You can do it about every 20 seconds. You need your 2-piece set bonus for that. If you need even more healing on demand, you can kind of set that up into your stasis. So you press stasis and then you do it once. And then you, you could stasis, temporal anomaly, Spirit Bloom, and then you've got one more charge to use and whatever. And then set off your stasis, and that'll really crank. What I usually do is I will verdant embrace somebody, usually myself, before even starting the stasis, just so that I get this buff going, the thing that makes my dream breath better. And then I'll activate stasis. I will temporal anomaly, big Spirit Bloom, and then hit the dream breath before I lose this buff. And then before I set off the stasis and the next time, I will use another verdant embrace, and I'll set up a couple of echoes, and that's a pretty big chunk of raid healing, if I think about it. I don't know if that's the best way to do it, but that's something that's been working for me. I need to fly. I need to fly. What's making your LFG show spec icon? I have a pre-made group finder add-on that I've installed. It also sorts your groups by score, which is quite nice, and it'll put the ones that need your role still at the top. You can apply with one click. It's quite good. Tempura anomaly. Veggie tempura. Yam tempura. This. Alright, let's get a fresh flask and still have an hour left on my thingy. Can't possibly take more than that, right? I don't currently have plans for Hardcore Classic. I wouldn't say never, but I'm not plotting anything. I'm very flattered that anybody would see me want to play it, though. Oh, poor Tank's trying to get a gear drop in here. I am once again the only Lust, so I should maybe find out when they want it, because I have no idea, actually. I don't usually pay attention. Maybe that's a dumb question, when do we Lust, but do people want it on Krog Boss? Does that sound right? Do people prefer it on... I'm taking my Lust responsibilities very seriously after the last key. Fortified usually first pull. Big pull. Could Lust first pack and second boss. Works for me. Oh, there's a hunter too. They can also do it. Wonder what the tank wants out of there. He said claw. I wonder if it's like a trinket. I always just ask and then forget to use it anyway. As long as it's not just me. I'm graduating. Before I was don't ask and forget to use it, and now I'm ask and forget to use it. So I'm going to let him kind of gather some stuff up. And get out of that. No! I'm back. Well, it wasn't just me. There's that. Oh, I thought I could just jump out of that. I just wasn't quite far enough up. My bad. The good news is I successfully pressed Lust. The bad news is that you lose it when you die. Oh, third piece of bad news is it's really just me, the tank, that can deal with that thing, so... There's not as many dispels in this dungeon, I don't think, that are, like, important, or at least not avoidable. So hopefully we're in good shape. Alright. Clean. Nobody died. Don't look at the death counter. It's lying. Let's see if he gets one. Guessing not. Okay. Where did that come from? Oh, the hunter got it. Okay. So... Normally I would love to put a Spirit Bloom in there, but I just... Do I have time? Nope, not really. That was messy. Okay, we did it. Item level? 437. 437 and a half. You're gonna be competing, unfortunately, with a lot of people like me that are higher item level that are just trying to farm aspect crests, which I think might make it a bit tough. I'm very curious to see when I start trying to pug keys in my hunter, if I do that, what sort of oh dear hard time I have getting into stuff. I'm assuming very. I might have to take my own advice and start listing my own key exclusively. Just doing baby keys. I guess that this is the first time I've done a... It's been a minute since I've been in a tyrannical. Or not a tyrannical, a fortified. Oh, thank you. Somebody else did it. Under rot, so I'm not used to the trash really hurting in here. Yeah, 437.5. Monk feels squishier than the DK. Which is weird. Monks usually shouldn't be. I think these polls are just really chaotic. I think those were just big, ugly polls. Don't get in that. Watch out. Yeah, you're okay. You know. Watch out for rot. That'll get ya. Watch out for rot. That'll get ya. This is a boss that is extremely easy to heal if everybody does everything right. And if anybody does anything wrong, you can't help them, so it's not much doing. Oh, rude. Thought of doing PvP with your evoker. I haven't really considered it. I like to keep my specs separate. Like I have a healer for PvP and a healer for PvE. And I don't like to do any given activity on both. Sorry, I don't... Sorry. That always gets you. I don't like to mix and match. Not for any good reason, just because I'm like that. Makes my life feel more manageable. So I have a Resto Druid, and I'm a Resto Druid PvP main. Through thick and thin. Rain or shine. Hi. Raging fixates could be kind of ugly. Oh, jeez. I'm gonna have to... I don't... Okay, I'm gonna have to use that, okay. Oh, that poor guy. You just gotta... We just have to kick the decaying mind a little bit better and that won't happen. I can't help the hunter, they might be in trouble. I'm definitely underusing stasis. It's only a minute and a half. I need to just send that more often. Maybe my next setup, I'll do the thingy I talked about. So let's get that out of the way. So we're gonna start with a lovely one of these, this, that. I charge up a nice big one of these. I don't know, I don't think it actually needs to be charged. And then one of these. And then before I set it off again, we're gonna basically prep with one Verdant Embrace and like a couple of lovely of these. I don't really need it right now. Maybe I will. Oh, no! Oh, it's so much more embarrassing to do it in a pug. Dear me. Oops. Swear that frontal moved at the last second. Can they? I was busy thinking about A, cleaning the thingy, and B, when to use my stasis. And I have a bad habit of only holding 1.3 thoughts in my head at a time. So whenever something like that happens, I can sometimes become vulnerable to Well, at least somebody else did it too. Thanks, makes me feel better. I'm vulnerable to standing and stuff during other mechanics, and this is a weakness that I'm aware of. There we go. No! It did move, didn't it? Oh my gosh. Oh, you know what's double embarrassed is doing it not only in a pug, but on a pug while streaming. I can't even pretend it didn't happen. Twice in a row. That's gotta be the holy grail, right? I'm not even gonna apologize. It's all good. People need to kick screeches and stun that. Oh, okay. Well, that makes me feel a little bit better. I guess we're pulling trash while we wait for lust. Good grief. Now that dot is going to be very interesting because that's another thing that I really probably should, although for all the good it did him, I really probably should dispel it. But whenever I do that, I'm going to be out of dispel for thingy. Just blame lag, blame chat. Yeah. It's because my pie was baked on an angle last night, and therefore my chocolate custard filling set at a tilt. It's thrown me off kilter. All right. Okay, we're gonna lust on pull. I don't know if they want lust during thingy or what, but I'm just gonna stand right here, and I'm gonna not be in the charge. I might also be quiet. We'll see. I wonder if they want to stay out after this, or... No, not again. Okay. I knew that. I saw them spawning, and I'm like, this is going to distract me from the charge. Just reach your mouse behind you. Don't even turn your camera. It'll be fine. It was not fine. Okay. Everything's okay. Side step. Sometimes in my head, when things are going dangerously in a key, you know the song from the 1970s musical Jesus Christ Superstar, where the fictional version of Mary Magdalene is singing to Jesus Christ about how everything's gonna be okay? That one pops up in my head a lot during keys. It's a comforting tune. I don't know about all this. Yeah, I'm gonna hold my dispel. These people can just have the dot. Right. We'll just echo them both. Oh, my poor hunter. He had 2% health for a second there. Might dispel the next one. I hope we have kicks. I don't have a kick for that. Does anyone have a kick for that? Okay. This poor tank is doing all of the kicks. I think almost entirely alone. There we go. That's better. And it's gonna be a thingy there. Yeah, I like having the Waycore for stuff like that, where it's like not in my camera frame. But I should still, I need to do something about it. That's when you want that. Okie dokie. That was kind of a strange order for that. I think I messed that up. Oh, it's okay. I didn't even have I didn't even have stasis. I thought I was putting it into my stasis. Didn't even have it. That's fine. I always have to kind of top down if I want to make it through that. I'm not great at dodging those. I feel like they tend to pincher me. And I know it's not possible. They can't pincer me. Pincher? Pincer? Lobstruck. Lobsters. Crabs. Seagulls fishing for crabs. Finding Nemo. Afflicted behind me. That's okay. We can hit one. Oh! 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 Let's just kind of load one of these up in advance. We don't really need the heals yet, but we might need them later. And it'll be nice to have one kind of locked and loaded. Time for raid. Have a great evening. Have a great raid. Big question of this last segment. Will Hazel stand in the frontal that fears from the big punchy point boys? Let's take your bets. Especially with Afflicted going on. How likely is it that I get punchy pointed? I have some concerns about that last pack. Ow. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's hard. Bad luck to be both chosen for the dot and be a hunter and not be... Like, I know you're in range, so you kind of want to be in range, but it's... sometimes a little tricky for your evokers to get ya. I can't believe I'm really getting another 4 aspect crest before raid. I told myself I wasn't going to go this far. I don't remember deciding to do this. It just sort of happened. They're like advanced gold done. Congrats, Super Chief. You're so speedy. Yeah, Pinnacle seems good. Underrot, I think I just need more work on it, maybe. I think this isn't a a good indicator of how well Underwrought should go. I think that with a few more interrupts, this should be smoother. Okay, watch out for the punchy points. It's hard to see them. Also the tentacles. Can't get slapped by those. Oh, okay, okay, all right. Don't get slapped by those. That is so many things happening at once. I forgot about the tentacles. I see him. He's pointing. I see a tentacle. I see the thing spawning. I'm watching for the punchy points. I can't really see where he's pointing. I also have no dispel for that guy. Prayers for that guy. Oh, be very careful with that. That's not what I meant to do. I have a rule. I'm not allowed to jump with that spell because I get myself killed. So I don't jump with it in keys unless I know full well where I'm going, and I didn't that time. That was dangerous. Yeah, it's a bad release. They're spawning on that side. That is tricky. Although they might have time. Yeah, I guess I'll get some mana. And thank you very much for the 20-month resub. Very much appreciated. Thanks for the good times and cheerful atmosphere. Appreciate it. Also, Liledry with a brand new sub. Thank you. Aspect crests are the highest tier of upgrade crest used to upgrade hero gear to item level 441. Or if you take 4 of them, you can get an enchanter to make you an enchanted aspect crest that you can use to set a piece of crafted gear to 447. You get aspect crest fragments from doing keys that are 16 or higher, and then I don't know how else. Probably some kind of hard raid. Maybe mythic raiding. Something I don't do. Okay, pay attention. I'm gonna stand right here, and I'm gonna do this just the way that my tank does. So I'm gonna stand right on the butt, and then we're all gonna move. Trick is don't miss the vile explosion. So you just stand right here. He's gonna do his cone soon. When he does his cone, I'm gonna move through to his butt. And then I'm gonna scoop to wherever my group is. I'm going to set up a thing. Do a little one of these. The other one got done too. That's very good. Move through to the butt. And we scooch. You don't really need to worry too much about cleaning floor. As long as everything's being well taken care of. Where did that? Ideally, if you stack pretty nicely. Then you won't use it too much floor. Oh, maybe they want, like, lust. I don't know if they asked for it or not, but they're getting it. Did we miss a thing? That's like a lot of stacks. Easy. Oh man, maybe you'll get a mount. That could happen. Good luck on your claw bite, my guy. Nope. Rip. Better look next time. Ringing a bell. All right, thanks guys. Good key. I got my crest fragments. Never claws. Take care. Oh. You seem to take a strong I don't mythic raid stance. Have you ever reconsidered this position? No, not really. It kind of sits right alongside my I don't play rugby position in that it seems great for people. I just don't wanna. I'm good. That's okay. I'm glad other people enjoy both partaking and watching it. It involves barriers that don't appeal to me, and it doesn't offer any rewards that do appeal to me, so I'm okay. Mounts in the new dungeons. I don't think so. Am I wrong? I don't think there's mounts in the new dungeons. What if I had a rugby face? Holding lust trap, bold move. Yeah, I'm really not used to being the only source of lust, apparently. Holy smokes. Hope my friends come back this week. Not done a key above 10. Ever worry you might run out of empty files? Oh, jeez. I wonder if I can make anything else that'll I'm hoping to at least crush the bag ones within the next day or two. But it's okay. Everything's fine. See if Tepid Verse is better profit than this morning. I guess I should also reset my the stuff that I've posted for sale. Got the Underrot mount in week 2 of season 2. Not a mount collector. Think it's ugly. I'm so sorry. Oh, give it. It is gorgeously ugly. It's phenomenally ugly. I love it very much. I saw a little video of a baby bunny, and I was struck by a love for the baby bunny because, of course, you know, it's adorable. It's a baby bunny. And then I thought to myself, I love a lot of things. Is there ever a world where that's a problem? I'm just overcome with too much love for the cute things and the ugly things and the sad stories and the happy stories and, you know, tree, grass, whale, colors, little tiny desserts. Okay. Oh yeah, I was checking to see with my stats. Oh, that's better. That's better. Did those come down today? Yee, a little bit. A little bit. Did those go up is the question. Tepid Versa. Can I sell those at 110? Maybe. Yeah, if it's all going up evenly. I'll get the stuff for a batch of them, but I'm not gonna make all of them like right now. We're in key mode. We gotta keep going. I need this thing crafted by the end of raid. I just need one more crest, which means I need one more key, and I can even fail it as long as I finish it, because I am 10 fragments. I need one more key. One last key. Alright. I'd rather it not be an Eltheris. I guess I'll apply for the HOI. Oh, I don't really want to do HOI. 16 Underrot healer. I mean, I've just been in there, so you'd think that I'd be a little more ready for, like, the frontals. Yeah, Brackenhide would have been good if I'd seen one. Brackenhide's a strong key this week. I think it's a strong key most weeks now that it's been nerfed to smithereens. Alrighty, let's head back to Underrot, shall we? Oh yeah, I was going to reset my auctions first before I go. So yeah, I've got 1.1 mil worth of auctions. I've got 83k coming over the next hour. And then I have some amount of gold worth of draconic files. Probably at least a mil. I think I have 1 million gold worth of good value files. That, we'll work through them. I believe. I always do. Oh, I didn't check potions of power to see if those are good again. Because if they are, I won't worry about trying to sell this convergent and stuff. I might just keep these inherited files of the quick hands. They don't sell for that much. Yeah, okay. Hey, it's Flabby. He sniped my key. Excellent. Did I consider switching mains for the patch? No. I don't think I have it in me to switch mains mid-expansion. I think I can switch mains between expansions. Also, I've ported to Oldham, so it's a really good thing they summoned me. Oh, good grief. Pre-made Group Finder is the add-on that was giving me more details on the Group Finder interface. We got a DK tank. I'm gonna top up my food buff. I'm gonna top up my little thingy. I'm actually gonna throw haste on. Let me get my Spirit Bloom off a little bit faster. I'm gonna make sure I get in front of the maggots. I'm gonna let Flabby do all the lusting. And I'm gonna not worry about the afflicteds, but I'm gonna rest easy if I can only get one of them. Jeff, I agree. That would be a really nice filter. That would be a great feature for Craft Sim to have. Taste of mobility, can't go back. It's quite possible. I think that I would have been worm food on many occasions in this expansion that I have managed to live just by virtue of being able to scoot out of the way with a last minute hover. Yeah, Flabby's in my guild. Flabby's my best friend. After playing DH, not sure I can go back to no mobility either. Yeah, if I could have a gnome visage, that would go a long way. That would go a long way to me staying an evoker for all of time, because I like the toolkit a lot. Sometimes I get frustrated with my own lack of, I don't know, skill at it. But then I just need to keep working on it. Practice is the road to perfection. Evoker isn't edgy enough. Why I play DH. I wonder if there's any distinction in the story that explains why dragons choose their visages, but Drakthir seem to have like a cookie cutter one. Because I know that we're like sort of the same, but we're not, I don't think we're exactly the same, and I wonder if that explains their excuse for it. How are you feeling about naming your dragon girl? Thinking of switching. I like my name. I like my name a lot. I also don't have the name girl on my server. But even if I did, I don't think I would want to go into pugs named girl. That might be noise that I'm not prepared for. Presented in the quest like you chose it, but you don't really get to. Yeah, maybe we'll get to. I'm gonna try to not die in this first pack.
2, 1.
You know, fingers crossed. Jury's out.
Must lead to the legendary Uldir. The Titans constructed this facility after the fall of the Black Empire to run experiments on all manner of beasties. Who knows what secrets it contains? It may even have the answer to defeating the old gods.
You guys are about to see some flabby damage. Oh, I think my stasis is actually going to expire. Yeah, that'll work. Am I okay up here? Is the hunter okay right there? Oh yeah, we're all fine. Everything's okay. What is my plan? I'm like looking at all my buttons being like, they're all on cooldown. I don't really have any good ideas. Born of the Northern Sea, thank you very much for the 25-month resub. Good almost noon, Miss Hazel. Hope you are having a great day. Thank you very much. It's going good. It's going good. I ended up doing 16 keys. I'm getting an aspect crest to get my gear fully upgraded because I'm really believing in the dream of full clearing the raid this week, and I just wanted to go into even re-clear night with like the best possible gear that I can scrape together. So I'm getting one last aspect crest so I can recraft this 437 neck to 447. I'm very excited about it. I didn't think I was going to do this. These have actually been going well. We haven't failed a pug yet. You know, knock on wood, but I think this one might be okay. Okay. I think my favorite dungeon voice acting is still Freehold. Ever since I've had dialogue on for a bit now, I get kind of used to having it for you know, boss cues for stuff. But the speech before the Council of Booty and Freehold is just so funny. What? So don't be in the bile. 1, 2, 3, 4. That tank just did 193k HPS. That's astounding to me. I know it's a blood DK, but holy macaroni and cheese. I don't want to be in that. There you go. Fixate on these hurts and fart week. Hunter should be Mart. Or no, sorry, BM. That's a BM Hunter. As always, kind and positive comments only about my group members. They're just pugs. And I mean that in the nicest way possible. They didn't wake up this morning and decide to be on stream, so... oh, I should not be in that. That was a terrible rewind. I regretted it as I was pressing the button. Also, I missed my tank. There's another one? No, they're good? Okay. If you type exclamation plater, you'll get my plater profile. I just kind of fiddled with it until I didn't hate it anymore. I didn't do anything too, crazy. It's a positive? Good, good, good. I didn't see anything negative. I just wanted to make sure if we were gonna mention anybody that I hadn't said that rule in a while. I figured it would be good. Oh. I'm trying to leave pugs. I don't know about better than I found them, but at least as good as I found them. Okay. Do you think race class restrictions ought to be removed? As far as I'm concerned, yeah. I'm all about it. However, I know I don't have the only take, and Oh dear. Oh dear. And I think that the does it make sense angle is valid. I just don't mind chaos and I want options. Am I less embarrassed about dying in this trash the third time? A little bit. Oh, hopefully they've got enough for that. Oh, Floody healed it. What a legend. Lightforged warlocks don't make sense no matter what angle I look at it. What about the angle of, they changed their mind? You know, they were Lightforged, and then they saw, like, a really, really cool demon. They saw a warlock in their raid doing big damage, and they thought, you know what? That is good. What am I doing? What am I doing? Don't worry about it. Everything's fine. I'm gonna stand right here. And I'm gonna try not to break anything. Good grief. Okay. Goodness. I was actively not in it. Used a hover, put myself in it. Used another hover, failed to take myself out of it. That was actually spectacular. Oh. Jeez. Thanks, Soldak. I like to think I'm a good healer that sometimes makes bad choices. I guess everybody thinks that about themselves. Everybody thinks, well, not everybody, but it seems like lots of people think that they're a great player that sometimes things happen. Meanwhile, somebody else could see that and be like, what's happening to her? No excuses. Only shame. No shame. Only pain. Is that better? I don't want to use a dispel. This is gonna really hurt without him. No, I don't wanna. I have to. That's all we got. Oh, let's take the raging off of that, shall we? Yikes. I guess I should rely on Flabby a little bit more. I know I can use a few dispels. I also had, thingy. Renewing Blaze. I think thingy usually means Renewing Blaze with me. I wouldn't say every time, but lots of the time. I don't want to use it. If I'm going to waste my echoes, I'm going to use a hot instead. I'm trying to get out of the habit of just winging Spirit Bloom just because I had planned to use it earlier if I don't need it. Because if you don't need it, you really want to make sure you might need it later. Okay. Can I get away with this? Greedy drink. I was gonna try, by golly. Whoa! Well, I'm glad I'm not the only one. Although sometimes it makes me a bit nervous when a B-res is used on not me because, you know, means I need to not mess this up. Sometimes shapes, patterns, motion, hard. Seagulls fishing for crabs. Do I ever eat a mushroom on purpose? Not anymore. I shouldn't need to. The first time I came in here, we were like repeatedly wiping because the tank wasn't sniping enough of them with the thingy. And then I started eating them and using my self-cleanse to try and eating them and using my self-cleanse to try to like mitigate that. But when played correctly, all of the mushrooms can be gotten with normal play. And I need my cauterizing flame as like a backup for afflicteds. So definitely, like, especially not on this week. Oh, we have a wormy. I wonder if we wanted to get that. Because every once in a while there will be a pair of afflicteds, and it's useful for me to be able to get two. Did we all just assume that was going to die? There we go. Hey, cheese and crackers. Alright. Punchy, punchy point. Also tentacles. It's a spell, and I can fear it, but I'm very cautious of doing so. Sorry, I can dispel it. Cautious of doing so. Because afflicted. There are weak words that show you like the timer of when to expect the next one. My weak word just gives me a noise when it spawns, which I think is all I want. I guess the timer would be nice. Maybe for like 20 keys if I'm trying to like math out whether or not I can afford to dispel. But the normal group that I run with has so many dispels that I can just kind of dispel anything that's really important and it'll be fine. Like somebody will get it. All right, punchy, punchy point round 2. I guess there's no more worms, so we shouldn't get any more big damage that can be healed anyway. Can't do a lot about oh. Can't do a lot about that. I should probably drink while Flabby reses. 80% good enough. They made the tentacles way bigger? Did they? That's good. Those things have brain spiked me more than once. I just like, if I don't notice it spawn, I forget where I was. And then I don't know which way it's gonna go. And obviously the safe move is just to move like very far away from them in general, but... Oops. This is a recurring theme with me. I'm easily distracted and it gets me killed. I stood in the frontals. What happened? I wonder if we have a B-res or if it's on cooldown. Because we have a blood decay. Obviously they're tanking, so they're like busy. This barrier's at 49. Maybe they don't need me. There's the bloody guy. It's almost over. 12 aspects, Shadow Flame Crest fragments. Oh, there's the res. Thanks. Well, this is why we're not in the MDI. Any luck? Maybe a mount? No, I got some waders. I got some champion boots. I'm sure Flabby doesn't need them. They've got crafted boots too. They've got 437 crafteds. Okay. Thank you guys. Well, the good news is that I should have enough now. I should be able to get my thingy upgraded. The ominous menacing sound is a weak aura that I grabbed to alert me when the afflicted are up to help me remember to dispel them. It originally came with a sneezing sound, and I got rid of that because I thought because it was grossing me up. It was icky. Sold some convergent. I got my fourth one. And I'm gonna send that recraft order. I think this was made by Percuno, yeah. So let me see what kind of mats I need for the recraft. Actually, I need to get the enchanted crest first. I wonder if what are the odds? I mean, I guess I can put it up as a public order. Sometimes on weekends at least, Scoots is around. So I need to get one of these made first. So I'm gonna buy the mats for it. But I have until raid time to get this together, so we're in good shape. I like that they at least let you track the thingy to make it easier to shop. Because you can just check from basically your quest log. That's default UI, which is nice. Resonant crystal, 4 of those. And then a pair of Dracathis, which you'd think I would have on me, and I don't. Oh, it's not cheap. I'm just gonna public order, I think. $5K. Did I do a bag attempt today? I didn't know. I guess there's gonna be one up in Stormwind if I hang around for another 8 to 10 minutes. Will I hang around for another 8 to 10 minutes? He's a little hungry. Anyone gotten loot from the Zeralik world boss? I don't know that I have. I don't know that I haven't. I got a piece to eat it. Yeah, okay. Are there theories that no one's getting anything? Sometimes I put up a public work order and it makes me think I should see if there's any public work orders for meat. I don't have that recipe. I'm also not in Brackenhide. Not a whole lot for things for alchemy. 2 pieces this week. Nice. There's another thing I should do in that hunter. I think the hunter will be a fun on-stream project. I don't know how much I'm gonna play it off-stream in the evenings, because I mean that's time I could be making cinnamon buns. But oh, somebody made it. Okay, nice, thanks. That did not take very long at all. Got my bag from my loot goblin today. Oh, nice. Yeah. Okay. So I got my enchanted crest. Order filled. Thank you. And then I want to recraft. I'm just going to see what the mats are. Recraft that. I just need 1 more shimmering clasp and 1 malachite. And then I can just send that off. That'll be awesome. That is not how you spell. I will say that that is also not how you type. I will say that trying to craft anything or get something crafted when you don't have an auction house mount must be awful. I at least can just kind of come to this mailbox, Brutosaur up, and be like, okay, I needed this, 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 and this. Oh wait, that thing? Okay, and I can just kind of do it all like right here. Having to go all the way back to the auction house, I feel like I would take 5 trips. It would take me an hour to craft anything. Okay, so Nick. Best ingredients. Not worms. Aspects. Ah, better. Crit mastery, flavor pocket, very good. So, and then Cuno, and I'm gonna pay him for his, I'm sure there's gonna be an insight involved there somewhere. Plus I'm sure I owe one. Let's get that recrafted. You make a list in a notepad, doc. That sounds like work. Do evokers not use lariat? I don't anymore. I use adaptive Dracathist arm guards and then venom steep stompers for preservation. It may be different for devastation, and I think that lariat is very dependent on how many gem sockets you have. So like late season, if you have fully capped out gem sockets, it might be very, very good. I don't know though. I'm pretty pleased with this. Okay. Slap that on, 447. That brings me up to item level 438, and that is as good as I'm gonna get until I either get a trinket, get a really good ring that's good enough to replace Amulet, which would have to be probably like 447. That's probably going to wait for another Spark and another 4 crests. Or I have champion pants, but they're tier, and they're good stats, or at least half decent stats. So I'd have to get like a heroic teardrop, and that's only 4 item levels when fully upgraded. So I'm looking pretty good. I think that if we don't clear the raid, it will not be because of my item level. It might be because of my gameplay, but the only thing I can really do there is maybe take a nap this afternoon. 2 minutes? Yeah, let's go to Starman. Let's go try for a bag drop. That'll be a good way to wrap up the stream. Oh. Have I been gaming too much, or have I not been stretching enough? I have champion pants as a fun sentence in any context. Full sockets and Shadowflame armor patch still sim better. I won't even question the 100,000 files. Yeah. I got a good deal. I'm like that Costco parent that gets a good deal on, like, I don't know, granola bars or something their family uses a lot of, and they just buy, they find the way to surpass the purchase limit, and they just get like a pallet and pallets of them, and then they just fill up the entire basement with snacks for the entire school year. That's me. I haven't done a goblin in a little bit. I wonder if they've calmed down or if they are as popular as ever. They were really popping for a couple of days. Spent money renting a storage unit. Oh, not the frugal parents that I knew. I was raised with the strict belief that I have held on to, that is, if you don't need something to such a degree that you're putting it in a storage unit, you probably don't need it. And therefore should save your money and just sell or donate it. There are niche cases where, like, you're moving or something, or there's like there are some cases in which you genuinely will need the thing again and you genuinely have nowhere else to put it. But my understanding is that a lot of storage unit rentals are just because people can't let go of things. I guess it'll be a few minutes before we find out when this is, which is it's valid. It's a struggle. But I'm, I don't even like storing stuff in my house. Ugh. Misfortune of trying to quest when a goblin spawned in the zone. I thought the server was going to crash. Oh. Somehow my brain, it's already June. About to ask about the new items in the trading post. Have they not put up a news post about it yet? Usually they like to do that. They typically like to post about them before the month starts. And they haven't done it this time. And I wonder if they're trying to, like, just sneakily, like, stop doing that because either they don't want to or they're tired. They need a nap. WorldofWarcraft.com. Because my understanding was that it was kind of like a cheeky way for people to preview what was coming next. They could decide at the last minute if they wanted to save or spend beyond just the regular freeze feature. No, they haven't posted it. They only really did it last month. They did it the month before, I was pretty sure, too. Yeah, maybe D4 just got everybody distracted. I think that they've posted it like a day or two early, like pretty much up until this point. Yeah, we'll find it tomorrow. All right. Portal is Cathedral Square. Is it always Cathedral Square? Has it ever spawned elsewhere in Stormwind? I don't think that posting the trading post goods would detract too much from D4. I can't imagine somebody forgetting to play D4 because they only saw one news post and it was the World of Warcraft June trading post reveal. By the docks or the Mage Tower. Oh, lots of places then. Did they post the big reward? What is it? Here, I'm gonna go back and look. WorldofWarcraft.com. I've got a couple minutes on this. News. Hot fixes this week in WoW. Oh, maybe it's in this week in WoW. June 1st. June trading post live. Yeah. Don't forget to visit the fine vendors just outside blank and blank to see what they have available for the month of June. You're not going to tell me? Oh, in previous months. I see. Now I'm curious. Now that I don't know, I want to know. It feels a lot of the loot that came from goblins that was new felt kind of trading posty, maybe just because the cloak hood pair looks really familiar. Maybe they have a big surprise, don't want to spoil it. Maybe. I suppose so. You guys excited about D4? Making big plans? I mean, I'm not playing personally, but I always like hearing about people gamer prepping. You know, you get your favorite snacks or meals all sorted out ahead of time. People take time off work. I always used to, before WoW expansion, I would pre-clean my house. I would pre-clean my apartment, like vacuum and do the bathrooms and everything, so that I didn't have to clean it again for like a few days before it got dirty. Nothing like the pre-expansion release toilet scrub. Yeah, this is a lot of people waiting for the goblin. These definitely are not dead yet. Week 2 of my 3-week break from work. Added the 3rd week when I realized it lined up with D4. Oh, nice. That's a nice long vacation. The hippogriff on your screen. This one right here is the blazing hippogriff. That is a TCG item that they gave away recently as a Twitch drop. Looks like this. It's kind of like a dim looking fire hippogriff, unless there's another one. One minute. Are we all in the same spot in our Ouroboros tablet? I need to combine mine with Cobrock's luminescent scale. I'm increasingly starting to think it's just going to keep needing things forever. I guess I can vendor those boots. They are not needed. How much longer is the Goblin event? June 14th, I believe. It's on the WoW calendar. Goes until end of day June 14th. Yeah, end of day June 14th. And then right after that, the experience buff will start. We'll get a 50% experience and rep buff that does not apply to the Loam Niffin. I did my Sniff and Seeks already. I done it. I done gone and done it. On my evoker yesterday off stream. I still need to do them on my hunter. If I'm gonna. Which I should. Oh, I'm still in my healing spec. Oh no, what if we don't kill it in time? I think it might get away. This crowd is for the Treasure Goblin event. Every half an hour a goblin spawns. And it can drop Diablo-themed cosmetics. I did a YouTube video with a roundup of the rewards and a couple of tips on how to get your stuff. Some transmogs and there's a bag. The bag is what I mostly want right now. There's a 36 slot bag that my evoker could stand to have. So I'm hoping I get lucky. Where is it? I don't even see my cursor. I may or may not have looted it. I did loot it. I got 45 gold. Ah, well. That's okay. First kill of the day is not 100% for the bag. It's nowhere close. This character does not have a bag, and she has been my first kill of the day for every day of the event. It has a higher chance. The bag and the mount both have a higher chance in your first kill per day per account, but it nowhere close to approaches 100%. You're just very lucky. You are very lucky. Or I'm very unlucky. One of those things. Should get cursor trail. It doesn't bother me enough of the time to be a problem. Got the bag my first try last night. Congratulations. All right, I'm going to set myself up to make a bunch of tepid versatility files. And I'm going to wrap up for the day. Thank you very much for watching today. Appreciate the support. I feel delighted that I got those keys done, so thanks for hanging out with me for them. Appreciate you guys. I'll be back tomorrow at the same time, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.